Right, November 1967, way back then when I was 26, and I had met Faye just a year before that. And we were at the Harp Hotel, and so I had known her for about a year because I met her in Hogmanay that year. And we were coming back from the Harp Hotel, and I said, she was telling me things and talking about something, and I said, Faye, will you just wait a minute, I want to ask you something. Will you stop talking till I tell you something? She said, what is it? I said, well, I wanted to ask you if you would get engaged and get married. I want to get engaged to you. Oh, right. She said, well, you have to ask my dad and that, but that would be great. But we'll have to clear it with my dad, or my mum and dad. And I said, well, I'll certainly know miss them out. I'll talk to them, of course I will. Okay, so we arranged to see her mum and dad so that I could say, Faye and I have discussed it and we want to get engaged to be married. So that was the plan. So it just so happened to be that night Hibs were playing Naples at Easter Road in the European Cup. They had played at Naples and the score there was 4-1 for Naples, and they were now playing Easter Road, and it was like a foregone conclusion. Naples was 4-1 up. Hibs are never going to catch up to that. They could never possibly expect to kick 5 goals against Dino Zoff, because he had played about 12 games and let in maybe 1 goal. He was a champion man for shutouts. He just didn't let goals in. And so they thought, well, we're coming to Easter Road, we'll leave our top scorer at home, we'll not need him, Scafano or something. So they left him at home and they came to Easter Road thinking, we'll win this game, all right, we'll not need him. And Faye and I went to Easter Road and we were planning there, watch the game and I'll take her home and then ask her dad if we could get engaged. So we went to Easter Road there, and I remember meeting John Govan and Ali Govan, 2 guys that I know quite well, and we sat beside them and we watched the Hibs game. And Hibs went riot that day. Bobby Duncan broke away for his own half of the park and a defender, and he hammered in a goal, and the first goal, 1-0, you couldn't believe it. And then Hibs got another one, and I don't know if it was 2 or 3-0 at half time, but there were 2 or 3 goals up at half time. They needed to win by 4. Second half came, they went 4 up, and then they went 5 up. It just was unbelievable. Hibs just ran riot and beat them. It was one exciting game. So Hibs qualified. They didn't need to win by 5. 4 was enough, but they won by 5, and that was the end of Naples. But Dino Zoff, I never forgot this goalkeeper. He played in the World Cup later on, but he was an expert goalkeeper, but he couldn't stop Hibs that night. So I goes home to tell him, goes up to the house, and come in, son, and sit down and have a cup of tea, and we're talking away. And Faye was in the background, mouthing away to me, saying, ask him. And her dad saying, and who scored the first goal, and who got this goal, and who done that? And I'm telling them all about the game, and how Dino Zoff and that. And she's saying, ask him. And I'm saying, trying to get to. Eventually I said, right, Mr. Jackson, I want to ask you something. Oh, what is it, son? I said, Faye and I would like to get engaged. I said, and we want to get your permission to do that. And he sort of looked at his wife, he said, Mrs. Jackson, and he sort of said, well, if that's what you want, he said, if that's what you want, yes. He said, but I would like to think it would be quite a long engagement. I think maybe in his mind he was thinking, I hope you're not going to tell me she's pregnant or something. But he must have thought, as long as it'll be a long engagement. And I said, we plan maybe to make it about 2 years. We want to save up, I said, because we don't want to get married and have no money. We want to plan for it too. He said, well, that's fine. That'll do me. So Faye and I started to save up and we got engaged. That would be in November, I asked her that. So in December, I would be Christmas, we were at a Christmas party and we got engaged at Christmas time. I went to see her family. They always had Christmas and New Year at home, and we got engaged that day. I put the ring on her finger and we told her at the party, Christmas and New Year, I can't remember what one it was, and her dad started singing his girl or something, my girl, me and my girl or something. I said, and he never forgot that song. But we got engaged then, and the 2 years we did, we were engaged for 2 years. I used to work and earn money and give Faye, and Faye used to put it in the bank, and we got a good bank account together. And then it came to 1969, and we got married on the 11th of October 1969, and that was after having met her for nearly 3 years. So we knew her for a year, we were engaged for 2 years and got married. And now as I'm talking to you this story, we're now 55 years married, and it's been the best thing ever happened to me. I mean, we have a wee fallout now and again, everybody does, but I'll never ever regret meeting Faye and getting married. She's not only the best wife, the best mother, the best gran. I often say to my grandkids, didn't I pick a brilliant gran for you? And they'll say, oh aye, Grandad, you picked the best gran in the world, couldn't pick better. Even friends will say, oh, a person just for being friendly. She looks after people, she does everything. You'll get no better person than Faye. And that's my story with Faye. And I'm sure there's more to come because we're still together. And who knows, I might have more stories to talk about her later on. And that'll be enough for just now.